Greetings and salutations, my friends. Welcome to my team guide for Brighton for Football Manager 2019. In these little sort of mini guides, I'm just going to take you through the club, what the board expects us to achieve this season, how much money they're going to give us to achieve that. We're going to look at a few things like the staff and dynamics, just to make sure everything's okay, where that needs to be strengthened. And then a quick look at the squad, what sort of players we've got in the team, where we might want to spend our money to strengthen, etc., etc. Maybe a few players we can sell. A big part of these guides is to see what sort of challenge this is, and the first step to that is obviously to see what the board expect us to achieve this season. And when I press the right button, it's got to be avoid relegation, surely. Yeah, avoid relegation. Okay, FA Cup 5th round, League Cup 4th round. Just pretty sort of standard. I think that's to be expended. How much money are they going to give us to do this? 4.8 million. And we've only got 46,000 a week on wages. So there could be a cheap player, maybe a transfer listed player that we could sneak in. Other than that, you might need to sell to buy. So let's have a quick look at the staff, get that sort of boring stuff out of the way. Coaching staff is, for a small staff, that's pretty good to be pretty much average in the league. This, however, scouting needs to be improved. It's pretty damn low considering we've got a bunch of scouts. So I imagine there's some pretty crap scouts in there. Same for the medical staff, but we do have one space. If we look at the team report, just to give us a basic overview, could do with more depth at centre-back. Not a great deal of quality depth outside the first team. We get that a lot with small clubs. That's to be expected. And the money issues. The team in general possesses a number of players who can take a long throw. Great. That's the key. That is the key. Dynamics-wise, great dressing room atmosphere. Match cohesion's a little bit low, but with a good pre-season, you can fix that pretty quickly. So, yeah, £4.8 million to spend. Let's have a look at the squad. And we'll go through we've got 3 goalkeepers with crazy times. Is that Christopher Walken? No, that's Christian Walton. Close enough. We'll move you to the under-23s for the time being. So, we got Matt Ryan in goal. Good, youngish goalkeeper. 26 is still relatively young for a goalkeeper. And we got David Button as his backup. I think he's fine. Remember, we don't have the money that we can just jump in and rebuild the squad first season. The good thing is we're a small team in the Premier League. If you can survive a year, you're going to be rolling in money. And he's a decent goalkeeper. He's not the tallest. This aerial reach is definitely an issue. But he's a good sweeper keeper, and maybe that's what we want him to do more of rather than trying to pluck balls out of the air like a shit Simon Mignolet, or just Simon Mignolet. And David Button as a backup, I think that's okay. As for centre-backs, how have we got long-term injuries? How are we doing on the injury front? Okay, 6 months. Okay, he's on loan. Good. Bonus. We got Shane Duffy and Lewis Dunk, both 26, both coming into their prime and both pretty damn good. Lacking a little bit of pace and acceleration, but other than that, a really solid centre-back. Lewis Dunk is a bit quicker, so that's quite nice if you want somebody covering or something like that. And he's also good at passing, so we can have a ball-playing defender if that's your style. We're a bit short, aren't we, on the old... is he available to recall? Okay, just checking. And then we've got Leon Balogun. That's a made-up name, innit? Who's actually a pretty decent centre-back. He's no nonsense. His passing is only 9. He can play as full-back. I wouldn't say like a marauding wing-back, but he's not bad at crossing. What's his passing? Yeah, his passing's only 9, so more of a sort of full-back, but it's good to cover. He's 29 years old now, so he's only going to get worse, but pretty rapid. He's not too bad as a sort of backup. Is that it? Shit. Unless we're going to play the fabled one at the back formation, we might be struggling with centre-backs here, boys. Next up, we go on to full-backs. We've got Bruno, 37 years old, but still going strong. That's quite impressive. He's okay. He's a decent, well-rounded player without being exceptional at anything. He would do as a backup. Then we've got Marcus Sutnar, who is transfer listed at the beginning of the game. He's actually quite a decent attacking player. Not great defensively. Not the paciest. He is 31, obviously. We've got Bernardo, who's been playing both sides. He's left-footed. Another pacey one. Decent defensively. Pretty crap going forward. And we've got Ezekiel Squeletto, who is a right wing back. And again, nice pace. We're seeing a lot of pace, but again, weak defensively. And I think 29 years old, he's transfer listed as well. I can't disagree with what I've seen. We've got a lot of fullbacks, haven't we? And they're all pretty turd. You've got to keep this guy because his name's Bong. He's crap going forward, but he's decent. His name's Bong. So that's all you need to know. We finally found a good fullback in Martin Montoya, who is a right-sided... Oh, okay. Yeah, he's better. Okay, good. We found a good one, boys. 27 years old, coming into his prime. Joined us this year for £5 million. That's a pretty decent bargain, to be fair. So, wing-backs are plenty... or crap wingbacks are plenty is what we're going to go with here. And not enough centre-backs. Who's this guy? Alais Majulji. Another right-sided fullback, can play on the left. Okay, we got a lot of choice there. There's, other than, for me, Bernardo's a very good player, but not going forward. I want to make a decent DM, to be honest. He could make a decent DM. We'll keep that in mind. We've got Montoya. The others are all pretty much of a muchness. I can definitely see why a couple of them are transfer listed. 3.5 and 7. Let's say £10 million. That gives us enough wiggle room to buy a £15 million player, which is quite nice. Which we need a centre-back currently. Okay, if we moved on to sort of midfielders, we've got Bernardo, who we know can play as a good DM. We've got Kayal, who is a ball-winning midfielder. I'm just seeing if I agree with him. His marking's not the best for a ball-winning midfielder. He's got a decent first touch, but no attacking sense whatsoever. So sort of more likely a sort of ball-winning midfielder, defensive midfielder type, definitely. Not too bad as a defensive midfielder. And then we've got Yves Bissouma, who is decent, well-rounded player. Not well-rounded in the fact he can't defend for shit. Decent, well-rounded attacking player. You could definitely... He's only 21 years old. He looks like a decent sort of playmaker. Mazzella's not too bad because he's got long shots and finishing. Lacks a little bit of the mentals, but he is only young with some good mentoring. I really like his physicals. He's going to run all day long. I actually quite like this guy. He obviously, anytime you're at a small club like this, if you can build these players up, because even if you don't keep them forever... in a season or two, selling him for 40 million or something is very, very nice. We've got Norwood, FM legend. We'll move him to the under. We've got Dale Stevens, another central midfielder. Is he a good playmaker? You always need at least one. I find one playmaker in here. And he looks like he can definitely do that job. Yeah, good, well-rounded player. I like him. And then we've got Davy Proper, probably their best player. Or one of, a very good playmaker. Physicals aren't great, but he's only 26, so they shouldn't start dropping at least for another 2-3 years. So I quite like him. We've got a lot of bloody loanies in our main squad. We've got Anthony Knockart, who is a inside forward, a very good inside forward. You could play him up top, to be quite frank. If you needed a striker, definitely. His decision-making is the only thing that lets him down. But as an inside forward, you can play him as a winger on the left as well. Definitely retrain him for that position. Not the paciest, but his crossing is decent. He's got a good set-piece taker as well, which is nice. 15 free kicks, corners. That's him sorted for set pieces. Pascal Gross, who's an attacking midfielder. Number 10, plays an advanced midfielder. Is he more of any finishing? 12 finishing. Composure's 15. Not the best dribbler. But as somebody like an Ngonsh, I just like saying that word, to be quite frank. His physicals aren't great, and he's not rapid, so he's not going to be driving past players, but I quite like him. Okay, midfielders definitely looks like our strongest area. We've got Solly March, who is a winger, can play pretty much anywhere. Okay, well-rounded player, mentals, meh. Johan Bakash, good keep for the name. Again, another winger, play both sides. Moves in shell, runs with the ball often. His dribbling's 13, his flair's 16. Okay, we can live with that. He's only 24. He's going to still improve. Is a Queerdo. He's out for 3 months. So we're looking January. We'll have a quick look at him. Okay, he's another decent inside forward. Okay, they've got attackingness. Billy Arse. 100% keep him. He's out on loan. He's called Arse. You've got to keep him forever. Very good prospect, actually. That's nice, but he's out on loan. once we start removing all our out on loan people, it starts looking a bit hairy. The sort of squad size, we might be able to recall some of these. Locadia, I could have murdered that name. Another inside forward, but also he's kind of one of those players, and he's like, he's all right, but he's got no particular skill set. He's okay at everything, lacking a little bit of passing. I'll let you guys look at these. Then we've got the old man that keeps on fucking scoring, Glen Murray. Obviously more of a poacher target man. He's a big lad, 6'1", 14 strength, runs all day, jumping reach 15, heading a 15, but he's a good finisher as well, as we know. Everybody keeps expecting him to stop scoring, and he doesn't. He was at Bournemouth for a short time, but it didn't massively work out for him. But that's a gread pickup for £3 million. That is an absolute steal. He's 34, obviously, but for another season or two, he'll do us fine. Hemed's on loan at QPR. I'll let you discover him. Okay, so we've got Andoni, who is our more well-rounded striker. He likes to be a pressing forward. As a pressing forward, as you can see by the highlighting, which is defensive forward in old iterations, you need to be a really well-rounded player, and actually he is. And work rate, teamwork, stamina, all those things are really, really important. And he's not too bad. He's actually okay in the air as well. I really like him. As for sort of where we would strengthen, I think we plough everything into another centre-back. We are really low on centre-backs. Tactics-wise, I'm not going to obviously build a proper tactic or anything. I'm just going to give sort of basic shape of what I might initially line up with. I'm just going to grab a random one. This is it. Oh, great. This is kind of what I'm going to go for. I think I'm playing one up front, and we've got plenty of inside forwards and people that are going to get forward. So maybe a Glen Murray as a target man, and have these guys really push on to support him. We've got a good DM. We just need a centre-back so we don't run out of centre-backs. Let's have a quick look at the under-23s. See if we've got any good prospects. Ooh. Oh, there's Billy Arse. We looked at him already. Victor Grigoriekis. Okay. Not bad. Especially if this guy needs to get some football. To be honest, he's 20 years old. I'd look to either bring him in for League Cup games and maybe like the Man City games of this world where you're probably not going to win. So give him some game time. But if not, loan that guy out. That he's at 20... They need to be playing some sort of first-team football. I don't think under-23s is good enough. We've got Leo Ostigard. Okay, this is quite interesting then, because we've got some really bright young talents. This is good news. This guy could actually come into our first team and be our fourth-choice centre-back, to be quite honest. He's not the quickest, but it's enough, and he's good at all the defensive parts of his game. That's nice to know. I'd definitely chuck him. And Malumbi, as another ball-winning midfielder that can't mark. He's 18 years old. I think with some help, he's definitely going to need some training and mentoring and stuff, I think. But with some help, he could become a decent defensive midfielder. Okay, good to see. Under-18s, fuck all. All right then. Actually, this looks quite a fun save to do. I think it will be a battle first season to stay in the Premier League. But like with any small club, if you can survive for the season... with this, your budget is tiny compared to the other Premier League teams. All that TV money, you can just absolutely go for it. Like we said, I reckon I think I probably would carry on and sell these two guys, at least one of them, try and make 10, 15, 20 million and buy another centre-back. Like, there's equal level to Duncan Duffy is what I would be looking at, because we are really, really short on centre-backs. And then going forward, obviously, we're going to need to replace Glen Murray probably next year or the year after. But other than that, we don't have too many older players, which is nice, apart from Bruno, who's 49 years old. He's older than me. No, he's not. Sadly, he's not. I make fun out of him being old, and I'm almost 4 years older than him. That's depressing. Right, there we go. There is my Brighton little mini guide, just to give you a rough overview of the team. What you need to do now is go in the comments, because hopefully other people that have managed Brighton or are Brighton fans will leave comments helping each other out. Just say what you've experienced, who you like, roles for players, tactics that you might have used, transfers that you made, etc., and help each other out. So as well as this being a little mini guide, you can also go in the comments and find useful comments. So please do get involved. It's a really important it's a really important part of these guys is to you guys to get involved. So there we go. Please do subscribe if you enjoyed it, like it, and all that good stuff. And check out my other FM19 comments. I suck at this. I've been doing it ages, and I can't speak. Check out my other FM content. Bye-bye.